Greetings, I am Lies.
And I'm Scandal.
And let's play a game together. Actually, maybe let's explore a new area together?
Yes!
We're going to explore a new area together on day 18.
Ooh.
We are getting down to the last section of the month.
Oh.
We're not to the wire yet, but we're getting closer.
We're getting there.
Your grandpa mentioned the butterfly garden? I don't remember. She actually admits that she totally doesn't remember.
Oh, thank God.
Will they stick with it? She doesn't remember it. We'll
Right.
stay that way. And later she'll go, no, I remember this piece. Okay.
Hi.
I don't remember it from when I was a kid. Maybe she built it later. I guess it must be this part down here. We think we're at the edge of the property, don't we?
Oh, no.
Lily, you need to look at the boundary of your property and literally just have Mr. Jones. Hi, Mr. Jones. What did I inherit? How big is it? Where's the edges? How many more areas are there so I can plan my labor? I need to plan my efforts. It's really important, actually, to do
And
that.
to actually know what I need to focus on the most. Oh, my God.
You know what? If they're not going to do that, they really should just do another one of those, like the fourth wall break kind of call-outs. Like, I have at least 3 ideas, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Or they should just be like, God, I don't know how I'm going to budget if I don't know what else here, but I bet it'll work out perfectly within the days I have.
That would be really funny.
Like, it'd just be great.
Uh-huh.
What if I run out of time? No, I'm sure this will fit into one day.
I got it. It'll be fine.
Uh-huh. Down there?
Let's stretch our legs and check it out.
Let's clear the fog of your memory, Lily.
Whack, whack,
All right,
whack, whack,
whoosh.
whack, whack.
We'll dust it away.
Smack your face.
Poof.
Ooh.
That's a butterfly garden?
Is
What
it?
the hell is a butterfly garden?
I don't know.
Aunt Mary must have built this after I went away to college. You saw her all the way up till you went to college. You didn't only see her when you were little.
Whoa, that is... What?
That is
I'm
information.
also like, you just lived with your Aunt Mary?
Or you visited her every single summer until you went off to college?
Whoa.
Or every single year at some point on her grounds for something long enough to not just be like, we were here for a day?
Wow, because that is not what that sounded like at
I got
all.
the impression you were around her when you were very young and all the memories.
Maybe like 5 to maybe like
8 or 9?
Yeah, 8
Yeah.
or 9.
Uh-huh.
And then going like, that was it.
All right. Must have built this after I went away to college.
Whoa.
That adds some information for me, for my dude.
It's got potential.
I mean, it's got a lot here. Imagine a bunch of butterflies all over the place. And the bees, too, they'll be super happy.
Much better than pigeons.
Well, we're not building a pigeon garden, so you'll be okay.
And they create a lot less poop, too. I mean, they create
Babe.
a plenty of poop. You just usually don't
Less
see it.
quantity of poop, not less numerous of poop. It's fine.
Quality over quantity.
So everything poops. It's fine.
Everything does poop,
It does.
as far as I
poops.
know.
Everyone poops, beauty.
Everyone poops.
It's fine. I haven't even seen that movie,
So
but I saw it in the trailer.
much poop!
And strangely, while everything eliminates or poops in some fashion, we never talk about it unless it's taboo or awkward
I know.
or medical.
Right.
That's it.
Well, it's also, though, like sex, too. Like, no,
Taboo.
like, taboo, and people are not supposed to talk about it unless it's important or basically it's in that space.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's very much like, there's the space for it. It's like, why?
Why?
Honestly,
All right.
like, I feel like more people hurt each other sometimes because they won't talk about it. Now, granted, there are some conversations that you should not be having with some people about some topics because you're going, you're not old enough, we're not doing this.
Or
And
this
this
just
is not-
doesn't apply to you. Again, like asking someone's orientation. You don't
right.
need to know about everyone's
work,
experiences.
right?
It's fine. All right.
But also, there are some conversations that honestly I feel like maybe you should still have at work because, you know, sometimes it's a good thing to actually know what everybody's fucking getting paid.
Oh, well, that's important, but that's not biology.
You know what I actually thought was really funny? Somebody
What?
pointed out of going like, you know, I only realized as an adult. So in the United States, for how I was raised, there are what 3 or 4 things you never talk about. You
There
never
are
talk
these
about religion.
topics that you're taught not to bring up to strangers or new people at all.
Right.
Or like a new date, new friend, whatever.
It's like
It's
religion,
politics, pay.
Yep, pay, like work pay, like what you get paid at work, and then
And then I think it is like sex and sexuality or something
Yeah,
like that,
sex-
which just can fall into politics.
which is really funny because pretty much all the shit that I have ever learned about in life, and I agree with this person, was going like, it is all about that though.
It's all about, and the
Our
thing
whole-
is, all of those subjects that you don't talk about are largely about control. And the more I learn about essentially either discrimination or like class division and things like that,
you
which
also don't really
being
talk
on-
about race.
I was gonna say race. I was gonna say being on the bottom.
Because it doesn't exist. And I'm
As
like,
I grew up economically,
Right.
I had very little exposure to social education of any kind. Like, it was my good friend Scandal here, when I was a solid ass adult, that introduced me to what feminism was. I did not know it was a thing. Like, I understood conceptually that people had fought for rights about things. I'd seen Mary Poppins and there was crusading for votes for women, but like I had no connection to it. So many movies and shows made no sense to me as a child because I had no social context for anything. It was just a bunch of characters in a void saying things and making choices, and the parts I liked were the bright colors or the costumes or the environment or the world building or just basically the, oh, occasionally that character's kind of hot.
Right.
And going, movies were very mystifying to me in a lot of ways because I had no idea how much context I was lacking, but I really knew nothing about social issues, and I still know very little about a lot of social issues, and it's very challenging for me to try and get involved in them this late in the game. And I'm not saying I'm old, I'm just saying education-wise late in the game kind of thing.
It feels really late in the game because sometimes it feels like there's conversations that you just miss out on.
Well, and
now,
people
I have always felt like I've missed out on a bunch of conversations, even though I have now been accused of I'm the gender person apparently to somebody, and I am also feminism is over, you need to put it down scandal because women's rights have already been successful.
Solved. They've been solved.
They've been solved.
They've been solved.
I have literally had this happen to me, so this is my experience.
It's okay.
I'm like, I know I don't know a lot. I have so many other issues, and you're going to tell me this stuff is over, you need to put it down, or wow, you're a gender person, what the fuck is wrong with you?
All right, in reference to all of this and then discussing butterfly poop, because that's what this was about.
Right?
Going, it's really valuable to be realistic about our world and to share things, and a lot of hiding of social information about basically how politics work and money and like privilege is literally to keep the privilege division in order.
Yes.
Because if you
it is about control.
how things work, you can engage with them. And if you don't, so like knowledge is power, you cannot.
Yeah. And everybody goes, but power is corrupting. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I'm like, so in that way, you again still are reinforcing though that if I can just keep you guys from knowing, I still though will have all the power and you won't be able to stop me.
I will handle the corruption. I will bear the One Ring.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right. I guess this is where I start tomorrow.
Okay, legs satisfactorily stretched.
I mean, we walked down like 8 stairs.
Stretched.
We walked down like 8 stairs and froze. So maybe not. Maybe a little more stretching.
I mean, we've been, working on a lot of the others.
But she offered to stretch our legs to discover this area.
It's true. I know.
I'm not saying we weren't moving around.
Is it actually?
Right now.
So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 10.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. 10 steps and then 5 steps in front of it.
I guess
on the path.
Well, I'm just talking actually these down here.
These are broken butterfly benches, aren't they?
I don't know.
All right, legs satisfactorily stretched?
Oh, they are.
Sure. Back to it. But you're going to work on this tomorrow, so back to what? What are we working on?
This is the end of the day.
Oh, we're going to go talk to Grandpa, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where did you come from, dog?
Hello, ladies. I appear to have taken a cat nap.
While sliding off a boulder. Bonk!
I love this boulder. It's my favorite boulder.
Slides gently off the boulder, wakes up suddenly on the ground. Holy hell, what was that?
What just happened?
The boulder dropped you, dude. Dropped you like a hot tuna.
Okay.
All right, catnap.
Catnap. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Good weather for it, at least. What is the weather like, dear?
Do we ever, actually, my question, are we ever going to have a rainy day?
Because
that would actually be...
if you changed the tone of everything and had it all covered in rain while she was working one day.
Oh,
and you
my
just
God. Can you imagine?
Attach an umbrella to her hand, like the briefcase is attached to his, and Rachel's purse is attached to her body.
I mean, the implication to me is that it must rain here a lot. This is so green.
So damn green.
This is ridiculous. It needs to rain a lot. So one of the things is, contextually for me, so the reason why I point this out is because I grew up in Tennessee. It is not like growing up in Florida. I totally understand that, where it rains a crap ton, but it is east enough and closer, like down lower enough where you do really get the idea. It really was raining like once every 2 to 3 days, if not more.
I have never lived in a place that rains that much ever.
Like constantly, consistently, persistently, it would rain. I'm like, this is ridiculous. The reason why it's so fucking green up out in the Appalachians or Appalachians, like it,
however you pronounce it.
However you pronounce it, I've heard both and I have used both throughout my entire fucking life. It's always hilarious to me.
You need water. You need lots of water, and you need water from the sky. Otherwise, the area isn't green on its own. Like you need it.
Yep.
All right. The weather for it, at least, I would love a rainy day in this game. But I also, the path they're standing on, I want it fixed to the left and the right so hard.
It's
the
driving
left
me
and
crazy.
the right need attention. My God.
Care to show me your progress? It seems you've done quite a bit while I was asleep.
Yeah, well, you see.
Sure.
A brief tour later.
Oh, yes.
One brief tour later.
Yes, hello, Rachel.
Okay, this is after the tour. I still don't know why you're being so stingy with those 5-star
Because
ratings.
he thinks he's funny.
Additionally,
I hate to say it, like as far as I can tell, he is not as connected to basically Lily's...
the precariousness of your situation.
Yes.
To the
Which is
fact-
a level of basically entitlement. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have some level of entitlement, but I'm also like, you feel a little tone deaf sometimes. Like, especially in regards to how shitty he treated Regina in that side
In the Easter special,
side event thing that they pulled up. And I'm like, you really are sort of self-obsessed in some way, and that's, dude.
You're kind of being a jerk, dude. All right, and the thing is again, like, Regina's not engaging with this and going, his opinion doesn't matter. Like, Lily's not engaging with this, was going, how is your opinion a legally binding contract?
Right?
What part of your opinion, also how many stars or hearts or anything do I need to succeed in getting this thing that will be my life?
Yeah, pretty much, actually.
Going, what is the bar? What is an A grade? What is a passing grade? What's a C minus? I don't know what is there is not there. If you gave me 5 stars on everything, but then said I didn't pass, as far as I know, that'll still be true.
Right?
I know nothing about this will.
It's again where I'm like, we have no information, and this always bothers me. And
Yes.
like there's a power dynamic here I do not enjoy at all.
At all.
And honestly, I don't really like a lot of power dynamics. I like them in my fantasy, but damn.
I like power dynamics that don't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Because power dynamic exists, where I've talked about relationships before and friendships and everything, and just even social, like all things, if you relate to someone as a relationship, okay, you know, work and business and colleagues and friends and social and everything, right? You're relating to someone's relationship. So in relationships, if there is a power imbalance, it should not cause pain or drama, in my opinion. It should cause fun times and interesting times, such as you go, well, I don't know how to build a fridge, but my best friend, man, do they build a bridge like you wouldn't believe. So they are way more powerful in this arena, and that will be awesome.
Ah, I like that clarification. Thank you. I was like, I feel like, yes, I'm missing something. There you
So
are.
where I've talked about
Yeah,
in
no.
like couples relationships, and I've actually mentioned this specifically before, in romantic couple relationships, if there is a power dynamic, it shouldn't be in context of the relationship itself. He or she or they could be a powerhouse, kick-ass, like specifically like death row lawyer, right? And he, she, they, the other half in a 2-person relationship, could be an absolute killer hairstylist that works for the rich and famous. Wildly different skills and knowledge. Huge power imbalance as far as like social prestige is concerned in different arenas of life.
Right.
But when they come home, they sit on equal grounds, they talk about their jobs together, and they make coffee together and do jigsaw puzzles or whatever it is.
Right.
They don't ever lord these things over each other. So it's not like we've encountered a legal issue, and then the one who has legal knowledge is going, I will now control the entire situation because that's where my power is. You do
Yeah.
it together, you treat each other as equals.
Right. And also in a lot of ways, I think.
But it is still
that
a power imbalance. The other person does not have the legal power you do.
However, which is true, but I was also going to say, usually, as far as I've also seen, what I've liked is watching people who also try to basically bring the other person in as much as possible.
Right.
Because it is also a thing of going, like, I understand sometimes there's just, like, you're like, you didn't go to the class, you didn't sit through the 30 hours, and that's okay.
You don't have context
What happens
for my
is you
degree, but
literally
I'll help
don't
you.
have all the subtle conversation that I have, and I've had to break it down into this very small thing because you haven't had that exposure.
Yep.
That's fine. That doesn't mean you can't get it.
Right.
That doesn't mean that it's not possible for you to understand. It
Or-
just means that right now,
If your partner is a world-class gymnast, you may not be able-bodied enough to get it ever. Like,
Right.
they will say, it doesn't mean you can't get it, and they would be lying. They
Right.
know you cannot get it. They absolutely know you can never be what they are as far as our technology is concerned.
right?
But they never lord it over you, and it's never used to basically make you do
Yeah,
things.
true.
So power dynamics exist without hurting each other.
Yes.
Doesn't have to cause
All
trouble.
right, as I said, all criticism is subjective, Miss Roberts. In the end, all that matters is whether I'm satisfied that you've restored the estate to its former glory.
Yeah, what does I'm satisfied stamp of approval look like, me dude? I need to know.
Ah, a mood.
It is not appropriate to be in this guest culture when my entire, like, my safety and whether or not I will be homeless is concerned.
Also
All
this.
right. I know, but I'm an overachiever. 4 or 5 stars may as well be 0 stars. I was amazing as an accountant that I have forgotten that I am. I kicked ass. Blaine made me feel like I was an inch tall and I didn't know anything, and I was one of the best people in my entire department, and it only mattered at work, but I took pride in that, okay? And now this is my work that I have agency over, and I want to be able to take pride in it and not just have one more man telling me I'm not good enough.
Yes.
I'm okay. like one of those customer service surveys.
Except for the fact that, oh God, so I remember sometimes people would break down the customer service survey. So if you guys don't know,
Okay, just
sometimes
because...
what happens is that really if you get a 4 out of 5 stars, even if that is 4 out of 5 fucking stars, or 3 out of 5, which is still a passing grade, right? You would lose sometimes everything. Sometimes people would lose their jobs because what you demanded out of the company was like, you need to have this higher at a 5 out of 5 or you are worthless.
Or
you are a piece of, like, it
or
really
also
would be like the end of your
If you don't
world.
have 5 out of 5, you don't get the good raise.
Yeah.
You get a 1% raise.
Which,
because that's all you've demonstrated.
shockingly, happened all the fucking time, which is why I hated the fact that in every place that I have ever fucking worked, they're always like, yeah, you could always be improving. I'm like, fuck you, of course everybody is always in need of improving. That also, though, means that your stupid 2% raise is basically just there to be cute, dangly-ass bitch bait that means nothing.
Yep.
You are here to torture people, and that's all you're there for.
This feels like lampshading.
Well, your service to Mary's memory has been remarkable. Don't let my impish behavior convince you otherwise. Oh!
I've just been being impish. He's not going to do anything about it, as far as I can tell. He's not going to change anything, but I'll acknowledge I've been being impish.
Oh, I've been such a cute, mischievous little puck. Ha 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 ha. No, that's not okay. Now, Regina, my love, shall we?
Exactly. So he's acknowledging it, but he's not saying it will change.
So,
or do anything about it.
Yeah, lampshading is pretty shitty, I find, in regards to, like, I have interacted with people that have done this. I get that it can be an interesting literary convention sometimes, but it genuinely has irritated the shit out of me in regards to interact with people. They're like, well, yeah, no, I know this thing, and blah, 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 and whatever. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but, you know, I'm still gonna do it anyway.
Or they don't say but at all. Lampshading doesn't involve but at all. Lampshading involves, ha, 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 that's so racist, and then you keep going and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha, I've been such an impish little puck, don't mind it. And you keep going and do the same thing.
Yeah. It's fine, it's harmless. I already said that, though.
Okay.
Shall we?
Shall we? Here we go.
Let's shall, Grandpa.
And Lily going,
and also, again,
I am a mess.
Like
wow.
Regina going, no, it's fine that Grandpa's, you know, kind of a jerk, or he does whatever he does. He really does genuinely care, and I'm like, fuck you. Grandpa's being an asshole.
My grandpa's just like that. Okay, well, it's not acceptable for him to just be like that for me.
Right?
Huh. Oh, wait, Mr. Jones, let me ring the bell for you. Bing, 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 look at these, aren't they great? I want her to enjoy the spaces she's created sometimes, so
right?
bad. Like, really? Not just sit on a bench. I want her to, like, visit Bubbles once in a while, or actually go and use the damn rowboat once in a while, or stand on the dock outside of a context of a friend.
This is what she cares about?
Hi. You said you found out that Aunt Mary had other accounts from the publisher. Can you show me all her estate paperwork when you have the time? I just finally want to be better informed.
Maybe.
This thing that we've been asking for forever, except for she's still not looking at the documents that she has.
Yeah.
She's not looking at the literal will that she has.
Yeah.
She's not looking at basically the, again, boundaries of the properties and what's expected of her, and reading what the tenements of the will actually are as far as achieving its, you know, restriction, or like its stipulations or not. Stipulations is a great word. I was going to say, but like...
The terms and conditions.
It's good.
Like,
It's really good that she finally wants to be better informed. But what sparked this off?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Like, this seems out of nowhere. I just want to be better informed. I have less than 2 weeks left, and I don't want any surprises.
Only now. Granted, it's better late than never.
Maybe
but
it's the butterfly garden of going, I didn't even remember this existed, but it'd be really nice to have that connection for me as a reader of going, this butterfly garden, and going, I didn't even know this was here. I wonder if she made other changes to the property. Like, even a tiny little connection of going, how big is this place anyway? Even if she didn't say, I'd better find out, I'd like to find out, it'd be a piece of dialogue that we could relate this to moving forward and go, this is why she said what she did. You know?
God,
that would help me a lot. All right. Before I don't want any surprises.
I would prefer you focus on the special condition of the will, but yes, we can talk soon.
Can you tell me what the actual special condition of the will is? Actually, I have a copy of the will. Let me go read what it actually says.
Okay, so I am annoyed.
Okay.
Because to me, I feel like she's within her rights to ask for that.
Yeah.
And him going, you don't need to know, let me handle it, I'll just do it. Like, again, I am resistant in trusting Philip because, again, he's been such a torturous, basically, like...
Experience?
Yeah. Actually, like, kind of an asshole, and I don't like this. But yes, we can talk soon. Like, this sort of like, oh, well, you know, eventually.
You're right. So much to do. Anyway, bye, you two.
Lady Lils, I have no opinion in regards to this.
Nor am
at
I
all.
involved in this conversation in any way, nor will I stand up for you against my grandpa, but everybody else I will. Except for I will sometimes, but only on occasions where it doesn't hurt their plot.
But also at the same time, too, I will stand up for you in relation and going, no, he's still a good guy, though.
I will stand up for him.
I don't even know.
Right. I should go make sure Blaine isn't getting into any trouble and moving all of my furniture into the art studio and stealing all my wine glasses and has 9 girls over.
Great. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. We're going to go find out what Blaine is up to in the next one.
Yay.
If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below if you'd like to support us, if you'd like to actually sponsor us, or if you'd just like to tip us because you think we're fucking awesome. I don't know, whatever your reason might be. I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you.
Bye!